Can sunscreen be bad for you?
We're going to talk through an age-old debate in our house. What do you always ask me?
Which one's best? There are so many different types. Sprays, lotions, all-day suntan lotions.
In fact, I'd say it's a bit of an argument in our household over the last kind of 10 years. So we're not talking about the ingredients of sunscreens today. We're talking about the physical category types.
Yeah, how you apply them, how often you apply them, what the medium is that you're using.
Okay, so there you are. Creams.
Yep. Oils.
Oils. Powders.
Sprays.
Sprays.
Aerosols.
And then the kind of category of the all-day ones as well.
Like the infamous all-day suntan lotion.
Like P20. So cream. Creaming is an emulsion, as is all cream in beauty world, plus the active ingredient. And we've recorded another video about what that active is, whether that's a chemical or physical active. You should really check that out because that's about the ingredient health. We're just in style.
Which obviously in our world should always be natural and organic.
Yeah. So cream is the most obvious, easiest to put on.
Yep, you can see where you're putting it. That's one of the reasons I like it.
One we're most used to. Okay, one to definitely avoid.
Yep. So whether it's a cream or an oil, you can get them in aerosol forms. Obviously aerosol is not great for a number of reasons. The chemicals in it aren't great for the environment, but also anything that's in, if you're particularly using a chemical sunscreen, anything that's in that sunscreen is obviously in the air as an aerosol and you can inhale it, which I just don't think is worth the risk.
No, you don't. There's some nasty ingredients in most suntan lotions. You do not want to breathe them in, and you certainly don't want your children breathing them in. They are predominantly targeted at families. I understand it is the biggest pain in the ass putting suntan lotion on children. It's just horrific.
But I can't see how it's not a waste. I mean, most of it, just you don't know where it's going. It sprays everywhere. All it takes is a bit of wind. Frankly, I just think they should be written off the list.
So there are no from inhalation. There are no from the fact that you have to fill them with butane and propyl, and they're just terrible for the environment as well. And then this was always the one we debated, the P20, the all-over
day version, which I have to say I have changed my opinion on now, learning as we have in the last 10 years about ingredient choices and what you should put on your skin. But back in the day, 15 years ago, if you were going out to train 2 or 3 times a day, the idea of taking suntan lotion and putting it on all the time, it felt greasy, you didn't really want to do it. The idea of getting up in the morning, applying it all over your body as you can with something like P20, which is a chemical sunscreen which you can put on in the morning and then leave for 20 minutes, and then the idea is that's it for the entire day, had a lot of appeal. I have to say, looking back now at the smell of it,
you should know from the alcohol smell. The ingredient lists are not in the natural camp that we would be happy with, but also the big thing is that like Australia is outruling and has outruled sunscreens and suntan lotions 1 day a use. That should tell you something. They're now not allowing 1 use a day, get the words right, one use a day suntan lotions, because it's such terrible messaging with regards to preventing sun cancer and real sun damage.
Well, and the same can be said for factor 50 in any suntan lotion. They don't just work on their own. Kirstie, on a video, they have to work in conjunction with other things, and just to assume that is a complete block that's going to protect your skin from aging or skin cancer is just dangerous. So, just be sure that you're reapplying it every 2 hours, and so therefore obviously something that says you can only do it once a day, I just don't think is sensible.
Nothing's a sunblock, nothing's water resistant. You have to play by the old school rules of reapplying. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you decide on which format, which fundamentally our advice would probably be a cream. And make sure you watch physical versus chemical cream sunscreen, so you understand actually once you go inside the formulation which to look out for. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, follow. We'd love you to.
Bye.